He was a drifter on a long road of life, never knowing what the next turn had in store. Tank full of dreams and direction it would seem. Well, he was barreling down.
I just learned what that was last week.
Yeah?
Dude, I finally figured out if you put hashtag, it like links you to other stuff that says that. I thought it was just people being cute and trying to be funny about what they posted. You know, because it's like, you know, hey, here we are, like, you know, tubing down to Guadalupe, and then it's hashtag tubing with the shoes off, and I was like, I thought they were just trying to be funny, and the other day I like clicked.
Cold as fuck.
You know what's funny? The hashtag signs is the pound sign. Right?
I know, it's like, why did you
So that big sexual movement, pound me too.
Yeah.
I was
And that's how you get demonetized on YouTube.
Yeah, that's
of course. My dad's living with me and my brother, man. He's like, don't tell your mom.
Really? Champagne and
that's
beers.
cool. And I remember I didn't like it. And
Really?
He was like, well, that scares me because I didn't like it when I tried it too. You know, for his first time. And it was.
Our house is different. Our house is like, we got 4 taps in the backyard, so I don't have that started yet. I'm like, we're a little worried about that. Like, oh God, what's the kid coming up to?
When I was growing up, my dad, there was they had the small cans, super short cans, and we were getting ready we were driving somewhere, coming back home, and my dad gave me a Budweiser. He's like, pop it open. It was nice and cold, man. I chugged it. My mom was pissed, pissed, because I drank it like it was Kool-Aid. I was like, that was delicious. Can I have another one? My dad was like, no, we're going to slow you down. Mom was pissed.
I hope my mom doesn't get mad at me saying this, but there's a rumor that during pregnancy, Schlitz baby bulls were like a fun thing. My mom wasn't a drinker growing up, but I think like you get cravings during pregnancy, and there was something. I just remember this rumor, and she's probably gonna be like, "No, I didn't," but I always remember there being this story about my mom drinking Schlitz baby bulls when she was pregnant with me. Which, hey, well, cheers, mom. We're doing the Chug now. So
all right,
shit works out. See, I'm not sure if this is good or not, but we'll take it.
It definitely comes full circle. I remember helping my dad carry pots of wort out to the snowbank to cool. He's still a home brewer.
That's awesome.
And my 4-year-old grabbed my arrogant bastard a couple of months ago and took a break before we could stop him. He's like, oh, I'm not ready for that.
Yeah, it's a little...
First beer I had was a Coors Light, and it tasted like rotten bananas.
You didn't like it? See, I liked beer from the jump, man. I admit.
Oh, I caught up real fast.
This is a cool community of brewers, which is always fun, but y'all's brewery, Braindead, may be the most communal brew group of guys.
We're definitely
there
the
are.
Brewers Brewery,
Yeah.
which is what I always wanted it to be. It's super cool that, you know, whenever brewers are off and hanging out, they come to our place, or someone comes in from out of town, they almost always come by to see us, which is a huge honor, and that's what I always wanted my place to be.
What is your tap list? How was it, 32?
I think, yeah, right around 32 house beers on right now.
32, all yours.
We have a couple of guests on our secret taps,
Right.
and cold brew coffee because Noble Coyote keeps us alive, and usually one cider.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to be in your place a few times before opening hours, and there's always like cold brew coffee is running.
It keeps us going.
Well, sometimes it definitely does. I remember that one day I brought in some of my beers because you guys gave me an invite to bring in homebrews to try, and I'm pretty sure John wanted to drop kick me from across the room that day because he was pretty zombied out. And I remember you going to get him and going, "Hey, Jeremy brought some beers," and he looks over and just see this like not happy, Walking Dead. Are you fucking kidding me? It's 9:30. But he was true. He got up and did it. So anyway. You still have a system at home or no?
No, I don't. That's what we turned into the pilot system, but my assistant brewers all have homebrew setups.
Yeah, they've got grainfathers and they go home.
I did when I was an assistant brewer too, but now
And
that
then
I'm in
these
charge.
knuckleheads just go to the Dark Lord Festival, which is a beer festival, and they hit 5 breweries a day, stopping on plane flights around, and then homebrewed in their Airbnb.
Nice.
Yeah, we got off the
Dude, that's
plane.
gangster as hell.
That is, dude.
Roll up. I get that shit out of the trunk.
Yeah, we got off the plane, went to the homebrew shop. We're like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. One of my carry-on bags was a 3-gallon carboy and a stock pot for my house. And then we tapped the keg at a brewery that morning. Unfortunately, we didn't quite give it enough time, even the way we did it.
Wait, so y'all drank it before the trip was over?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
We used Kevik yeast. It was supposed to finish out, but it didn't.
That's awesome though.
Yeah,
I was
that was the whole concept. Was wait, 4 days? That's enough time.
That's crazy. So when I heard y'all were doing that, I just assumed y'all were gonna bring it back and be like, "This is our beer we have on our trip." And
No, I was worried about it exploding on the plane. It's one thing to bring a can of beer on a plane. It's another thing to bring an unfinished fermenting keg of beer.
Oh wow! Yeah, I get checked out exactly.
I'm a big Van Halen fan. I was
Hell yeah.
raised in music through the
Of course.
80s, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I got to play with both of the singers, and we did
What?
we did this festival with Sammy Hagar one time, and it was at a Wet n Wild. So we're playing this big concert at a Wet n Wild. It was just us and Sammy Hagar, right? So we
heard this story.
We first get there, and
just gets
the
more
drummer and the
ridiculous.
guitar player are like, we're hitting the slides at Wet n Wild. They take off and they give us this little band trailer with their name on it, right? So me and the singer are drinking beers, and all of a sudden we get a little knock on our trailer, man, and the door just opens up. Sammy Hagar puts his head in. He's like, oh, "Hey guys, can I come in?" And we're like, "Fuck yeah!" And he pulls out this big bottle of Coke. You know, he's like, "I brought a gift." And we're like, "Holy shit!" That's
This is when he was playing with Jive.
With Jive.
Jive. I love
When he
it.
says the singer, he wasn't talking about me.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that actually, when we played, he stood at the side of the stage and watched our whole show.
No shit.
was like,
Wow. That's
Yeah, we did this whole tour with David Lee Roth, and the most we got out of David Lee Roth is a sound check. He comes walking down the stairs, he sees us,
I'll take
he
it.
goes, "What's up, fellas?" Just walks off. And I was like, "What's up, Dave?" I was like,
We are at a rock bar, right?
We
Had
are.
to bring one of our many rock and roll beers.
Awesome.
In the haze of my youth.
I love it.
Batch 300.
I love it.
Yeah, so these hazy ale things have been growing in popularity for years. And figured out how we like to brew them. And this one has a bunch of rye and actually some old school hops in it. Some Centennial and Apollo, which is not a brand new hop.
Are you using those all together to get the different fruit components, or is one of them kind of really bringing in that fruit thing?
Yeah, Topaz is only in the dry hop. Apollo and Centennial we used in the Whirlpool, and a little tiny bit of Apollo at first wort, just to even out our bitterness if we ever decide to brew this beer again.
Okay.
We can have some consistency, but I get a lot of like pineapple out of the Apollo. Centennial, brings its juicy grapefruit floral thing going on. And then Topaz, being a New Zealand variety, brings the tropical.
Oh, okay. It's not the 300th batch of these.
No.
Oh, I was.
Our 300th batch overall.
Oh, I get it, because when I read that, I was just like, man, you guys
Batch
sell
one of this-
way more beer than I thought you did. That's a lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't have nearly as
Okay.
much time to hang out.
Yeah. So Brian, in your climb up the stepladder of hop fandom, I guess we could call it, or abilities.
This is only the third one I've ever had, so.
And this is a whole different thing, man. So this is in the. So we've had these conversations talking to different brewers about this hazy thing. So we're officially getting one.
This is a hazy
And this
IPA.
is
Pale.
Pale.
Yeah, only 5.5%. So
Yeah.
not
It's a-
as intense.
A bowl of fruit, and there's no fruit in it. It's all just from the hops. So
Wow.
And yeast.
Yeah.
Primarily.
I'm gonna go ahead and Hey, you always make a mess.
I do. You can get you a whole beer. He brought plenty. You can drink from this, Howard. We can.
Well, and
we can drink beers.
we're just getting warmed up.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm just.
Speak for yourself.
We'll leave them on the table. Yeah, look, see, the brewer's like, dude, you gotta put some more in there. I mean, he can't take them with him.
This is a beer drinking show.
take
is
it
a
with
beer
him.
drinking show.
Man, that is good.
It is good, right?
Right?
It's nice.
I practice every day.
I guess technically this one in particular wouldn't be a New England IPA, right? Or
Yeah,
Still
you call it like
theoretically
East,
in there.
East Coast Pale or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Really good.
We just
there,
call
right?
them hazy
Yeah.
ales
Good.
for different sorts. I always say they're not IPAs. Like they're marketed as IPAs,
Yes.
but they're not.
Right.
Yeah. If you don't, treat your water to be like Burton on Trent, or if you're not using Trent River water, it ain't an IPA.
You just went way deep.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You just went like,
Yeah.
okay,
I know. I sped way past.
well, no,
I had to get that disclaimer out there.
You went to a whole other level of like, most of the beer we drink is an IPA.
Well, most traditional IPA styles, they're at least adding gypsum
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Okay, gotcha.
to the water. Like, just try to get in that
Okay.
direction. You don't have to exactly match it.
Like, damn,
But
who
this is
doing
going in completely the opposite
Yeah,
direction.
for
We're
sure.
making like Leuven water to brew a IPA with.
Yeah, it's not happening. But on the upside, they are delicious.
Yeah, totally.
And, you know,
They're expensive to make, they're delicious, and
Yeah.
they're very fragile, but they sell.
What about Zima? Did you ever do Zima?
Bro, let me tell you about some damn Zima, okay?
Zima's always got a story.
everybody's got a
That's
story.
right. That's right. When I really started drinking, and I didn't do real beers. I didn't do real liquor. I
Training
like
wheels.
Zimas and
Training wheels,
You know,
yeah.
that's what- yeah, exactly. When everybody's putting Jolly Ranchers
See?
or blue Curacao or whatever in the damn Zimas. I'm ordering whiskey sours and Zimas like I'm like I really know what I'm doing, and he's looking at me like,
Mike's Hard Lemonade for Gen Xers.
Yeah, for sure. So, did you ever put grape Jolly, like specifically grape Jolly Ranchers?
specifically grape. No, it was
That was shit.
cherry.
We're hoping we'll find something cherry. Man, cherry's alright. It's not grape ass. But...
So what's your Jolly Rancher story?
Cherry ass.
Oh, you have a Jolly Rancher?
I have a Jolly Rancher story.
I like Jolly Ranchers.
Lord.
What's your
Okay.
flavor?
Grape ass is my flavor.
So, me and one of my best friends since high school, I call him my hetero life mate, my buddy Chad. He and I used to go over at this friend of ours house. Her mom was super cool. We go over there one day and she's got this bowl full of Jolly Ranchers sitting on the table out front. And we walk and she said, "Hey boys, I got some candy. You guys want some?" She looks me dead in my eye and says, "We've got watermelon." Bowl full of Jolly Ranchers. We've got watermelon. And then I looked at her and I said, "Well, do you have any chicken flavored Jolly Ranchers?" She totally freaks out. No. Watermelon is my favorite. I'm like, okay. I'll have some of the chicken Jolly Ranchers if you got some. And we never let her live it down. We had so much fun that night.
I got her back. Watermelon is
story.
good.
Great story. That is so cool.
Y'all bullshit aside, watermelon is delicious. I like cherry myself.
We're out there and we were driving back. Howard drives us back to our hotel. We get pulled over for a DWB, man, driving while black.
Not bullshit.
Dude, the cops told us in California, hey, the reason we're pulling you over is because a black guy's driving, there's a bunch of white guys. Because
First
it just
words out
doesn't
of his
look
mouth.
nice.
So help me God.
Like,
First words out of his mouth were, "You on parole?" Wait a minute, motherfucker! You didn't even ask probation. You went straight to parole. Fuck.
You talk about that one, man.
This was a surprise. So they had a pro-am competition over there, and
A year and a half ago.
a minute ago. But I won it. It was cool. So yeah, so I got to go in there and brew with these guys on their big giant system, and that was super cool. So this was officially our beer. So we had a little bit of interesting thing with this because there was a certain caramel flavoring that I had used that had an ethanol in it, right? So you had to like search high and low for a year trying to find a different one to be able to use. It was legal.
Yep.
So is there?
It wasn't going to complicate the approval process.
So we're only talking. I mean, we're talking a bottle of this much for every 5 gallons.
Like,
so
yeah,
I mean,
like this much.
Yeah.
That we
in
ended
an
up
entire
using
batch.
in a 500-gallon batch.
So you wouldn't be able to legally do that with that much?
It just
of an
complicates
ethanol
it.
thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Laws. Texas laws. Is that
Is
everywhere laws?
That's everywhere.
Oh, okay. Right on. All right. Well, he pushed this to me. So something sexy, man. This is a sea salt caramel stout. It comes in at 8%. It's kind of like if you go to Whole Foods and get a really good, like, nice high cacao chocolate bar with a little sea salt and caramel. That's what I was going for. And they liked it enough to let me brew it with them. So it's badass. It's on tap. So that's kind of like my high achievement in life right now. So that's cool. I mean, real life stuff aside.
Man, I got over here in the cooler.
All right.
Something sexy.
Something sexy.
Yes.
So this is yours.
Talk to me about
So
this.
I got super excited to see this.
Drew brought this. This is pretty cool. So actually, the funny part of Brian.
Hey,
is
let me get on this.
Yeah.
So we go to your
Uh-huh.
house
Yeah.
to we go in the brew shed.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey man, tap into that right there and tell me what you think." I had 2 of my buddies with me.
I wasn't there, by the way.
He was not there, so I was like, "Okay." So he told me how to do it over the phone.
Sure.
Pour up some. I'm like, "What?" I start handing cups out of the shed to my buddies. They're like, "Dude, get that keg! Get that keg!" I was like, "No, I can't do it. Can't do it."
They were coming to pick up a keg of another beer for a party, and I
Yes.
had that keg going to another event before yours.
Oh my god!
I was like,
It was so
do not
good.
take that keg. So that would have been the one that I turned in for them. So thank God you didn't take the keg because this wouldn't be a Braindead right now.
I mean, there was
They kind of think of, I brewed it a second time. For
We
a
thought
different
about
event.
just hanging out right there by the shed the rest of the day.
Yeah, he called me. He's like, we almost took that keg. Dude, please don't. No. Drew did a solid and brought the beer we did together, and so it's you should get a little bit of caramel in there, a little bit of salt, more like dark chocolateness. Yeah. See, I did tell you.
How did all this come together?
For a second. Darkness.
Everybody looks at you for something.
He says dark chocolate, and everybody else coming. No, wait. I said dark chocolate, and you looked at everybody.
Many years ago, Clint and I met.
Take your time. Collect
Leif
yourself.
Garrett. Clint and I met Leif Garrett.
No shit.
Here,
Really? Oh wow.
Here's the
Holy
funny thing.
shit.
Right here.
Really?
Right here.
Nice.
We did a show with Leif Garrett here.
At Dada?
Well, it was at Club Dada.
Nice.
2 nights later, he had a show in Austin.
Nice.
Clint and I went out there. Leif Garrett was more. Wow. I've never seen anybody as jacked up as he was. And he goes, my friends from Dallas came out to visit me. Stand up, Earl and James. I'm like, who the fuck is Earl and James?
He's got 2 glasses.
Yes. We're like, hey. And he starts another song. Before he finishes that song, on stage, in the middle of the song, mid-sentence, he passes out.
All right.
They catch him
That's
and drag him off
fantastic.
stage.
That is fantastic. Wow. Since we have metal guys here, we have a pretty metal dude here from a pretty damn metal brewery. By the way, metal guys are ever around. They do metal nights at Braindead.
Yeah,
And
Metal
the name is
Thursdays.
Braindead. They kind of Metal Thursdays.
Yeah, Tyler Berry does the booking, and
Tyler Berry.
we
You have live bands there?
we piss off all the neighbors. It's great.
It's awesome.
That's the
awesome.
sign that he told him
the
to
whole
change.
noise ordinance, you guys are just add to the noise ordinance.
You got to, man. It's just what it is. It's good.
Okay.
Here's your options. We got Yingling, Rolling Rock. What else have we got? Tuborg and Brahma. All right. So first of all, James Hetfield. I kind of like this picture. There's Lars just kind of crying on his chest. It was a rough night. There were like many pictures to pick from James Hetfield drinking, and I had to go with that one because it was just beautiful.
What tour were they on?
This is
Were they in Germany?
That's bad because
I like there is a caption on this that says James and Lars often turn their minds to intellectual pursuits after a gig. So I don't know if
James
that
still has a
explains.
full head of hair and a headband.
No, he's
so
out there. He's got
that's
the
a minute
mansion.
ago.
Yeah, that was way back. This is in the day.
I have no idea. I'm gonna go
That's what I was
Brahma.
thinking. I'll go
Brahma,
for
okay.
I really
You got Brahma from Drew.
I think I've seen that one in the 40, and it looks like he's having to effort that up a bit.
It does look like he's efforting that up. That is for sure.
We'll go Brahma.
Brahma. I want to say it is Brahma. That duct tape is metal as fuck, by the way.
you are no fan of white.
I am no fan of white. I am not fan of white. By the way you broke that down was pretty fucking slick because it is in fact a 40 of Brahma. So that was quite
nice.
All right, maybe the beer guys got more of an advantage than I expected in this. That was pretty fucking slick. Next, Alice Cooper. Going Yingling.
I'm going Yingling.
Going Yingling. Well, truth of the matter is,
I'm gonna say the two.
I'm gonna use my teeth on this guy. Jesus Christ.
Gas tape.
It's Tuborg, which I've never heard of. It's a Danish
That's what
beer.
he called it.
Did he?
Call it.
I've never heard of it. Have you had it? Anyone ever had that? No?
Probably. I've never even heard of it.
I literally had to Google beer, Tubo, and see what came up. All right, man. Last one. We'll bring in luck on it. Get started. All right, Dimebag Daryl. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was Diamond Daryl, right?
Huh?
He was Diamond Daryl. Yeah.
It was Diamond for a minute.
Yeah. Everybody's got a good story.
Back-
Any good
that was
stories
the
from
first-
Daryl?
that
You
was the
guys know
fir-
Daryl?
Yeah, I know him pretty well.
Yeah.
That first band I ever seen live was Pantera. My dad
Nice.
took me to this club called Savvy's.
Yeah, I was in this little place called the Northwest Point off Northwest Highway. And this dude was like, hey, could you video me and my friends? I said, yeah, I'll video you, man. Let me have your camera. He goes, all right. And I reach out for it, and he goes, nah, fuck it, go on. And I'm like, so I go to the other side of the bar, and I'm like, dude, for real? And he's like, yeah, fuck it, I'll buy another one. And he's just like, sails this thing across the little camcorder, and I'm like, ah! And I reach out and grab it. And in all fairness, I didn't drop it, and I recorded them doing their shot. And man, I thought I was gonna drop it. Yeah, it sucked.
What's he drinking out there?
What is he?
Wait, we didn't ask. I'm gonna say Rolling Rock. Texas dude.
I am too, just because, yeah.
Yeah, Rolling Rock.
Rolling Rock, Pennsylvania, rice beer. You guys are both right. Rolling Rock.
Bam.
I think we got a tie today.
Glass
2-2.
line tank.
Rolling up. I mean, I played it off as
Yeah,
like
but
my
I
shoe
can
got
see you
caught.
doing that.
My shoe got caught in the cord. But, dude, it was Jaeger and Lone Star 100%. What's the worst? Like just forgetting a song, forgetting where it goes. Have you been off the stage?
Man, I haven't fell alive yet, but that's my worst fear. You know, it's all try to shake it off.
His worst fear came true.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I can sing a wrong note and play a wrong chord. That's fine. It doesn't bother me.
That's
Right on.
You ever had that show, The Words Just Wouldn't Come to You?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And that's when you that's when you act like the chord is messed up. You're like,
Technical problems.
start mouthing the words and shit. I was trying to sound too cool and missed the opening line of the second verse. I was trying to sound way too cool. All right. Can we stop? Who made this shit?
We forgot the lyrics.
Yes, we forgot the fucking lyrics. I literally. Okay.
You write it out real quick. I got
No. Okay, seriously, I'm not drinking no more.
Not drinking the less.
The only time I ever stopped the show was the previous band, the band before Downlo. I was in a band called Crucial Fiction, and we were playing this gig, and
I like that.
and
That's a Braindead name.
the drummer had messed something up, and he He just stopped. The rest of us kept going. I'm like, he'll catch up, and I'm vibing, right? This motherfucker threw a drumstick at me. I see the drumstick go by, I'm like,
Oh shit.
Like, stop, goddamn it, stop.
and I looked at my guitar player, I'm like, did the drumstick just fly by my face? He's like, yeah, it did. I turned around and all I could do was giggle because I had this thought of me, Jackie Chan, jumping over the drum set and kicking this motherfucker in the chest. It didn't happen because I couldn't get over the drum set. I was a short ass. But
you thought it was right here.
It was right here? Oh, it was pretty. I did some John Wick shit to his ass in that in my mind. But it didn't happen that way.
Don't take a drumstick to a mic stand fight.
Yeah. Seriously.
What's cool about Beardegard is it's more about a destination than a process. So the way we did it was actually primary fermented it with Brett Bruck's Var Dre. And Beardegard is so diverse in process, you can actually brew it with a lager yeast. But the idea is you want something malty and grassy with a little bit of cellar funk going on in the finished product. A friend of mine from my old homebrew club in St. Louis used to do it, was he would take wine corks and like cut them in half and then soak them in vodka and then add that like cork tincture to get his weird cellar character.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
super strange, but it kind of got him in that direction.
It smells awesome, man.
Thank you.
It tastes more awesome, but it almost has a gummy mouthfeel.
Interestingly,
Yeah,
some yeast varieties produce glycerol, like glycerin.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So this would be one of them.
Was there anything, like if you were doing this beer and you weren't going to put it in a wine barrel, is there another way you would have sort of formulated the recipe separately? Like, did you have to kind of move toward knowing that?
We have put it out unwine barrel aged because sometimes you're emptying the tank and there's still some in there.
Sure.
And it's quite good that way. But when I am specifically formulating a barrel aged beer, I try to build it in that direction.
Okay.
Like, Hammer of the Gods is designed to be aged in bourbon barrels.
What is normal barrel size? 50?
50. Well, for spirits, it's 53. For wine barrels, it's 59, but there's always some variation because they're all built by hand.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we've got a couple of 500-liter ones that we've had some stouts sitting in with Brett for a while. Pretty excited to pull that out.
Awesome.
It's been in there for like a year and a half, so I think it's done.
If you had, like, say, a Tempranillo barrel and you had a Cabernet barrel, would you notice a very prevalent difference in that beer between that, or is it just sort of given overwhelming?
It's really case-by-case basis.
Okay.
Depending on how many times that barrel's been used and how many times the barrel's been used for that wine. Because the wine barrels that we get are definitely much mellower than the spirit barrels for a couple of reasons. Because they've been reused, they're not charred, as opposed to like when we get bourbon barrels in, it's charred wood that's only been used once.
Okay.
And obviously the spirits are a much better solvent for the wood type flavors.
Okay.
And American versus French oak, there's a whole bunch of things going on, but to belabor the point, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right. Okay. This is the Trooper Light Brigade. Looks like it's only a 4.1. And it just says, in style, it says golden beer. I like when it doesn't say ale or lager, it says beer. It smells like golden beer, quite frankly. Whatever a golden beer smells like, I would say that's it.
Very good description, wasn't it?
Whoa, it's bitter.
A little hoppy.
It's bitter, but it's not what I'd normally think of like as a hoppy bitterness, what we're used to in craft beers. This has hoppy and fruity flavor with citrus grapefruit kick. You get any of that?
I'm not getting the grapefruit.
I don't get any grapefruit.
Getting a little hoppy.
It says balance to give a rounded but lasting after palate. Now that they got, that shit lingers around for a minute.
Yeah, it's there. It's still there.
And I'm still not convinced that the lingering around is something I'm really down with. But, I mean, it's it tastes a little heavy swallow, but it's not hard to get down. It doesn't, you know.
I'm not what you call a true beer drinker.
Right.
And I can palate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This thing definitely drinks easily. I'll say that. Smell, this is going to sound super generic, but God damn, I don't know. That just smells like what generically beer would smell like if I was 13 and smelling a beer for the first time. Let's see if they at least say what hops it is, because man, I'm not. It says Chinook and Golding. Okay, I don't know, man. I can't say I'm tasting either one of those, but all right. So it's easy to drink. It's light. It's bitter. It is very well described as golden beer. It is golden. That. It's bitter. And it's golden. It's officially golden beer. It seems true to style. Iron Maiden. So what's the next one we got?
Agave wheat,
All right.
which this is, I believe, our second batch of it. And we were trying to capture the success that we've had with honey lager.
Okay.
So even though I say, we're like the brewer's place to hang out, most of our business is foot traffic and people that don't even know craft beer is a thing.
Right.
They're just walking down the road and say, I am a bit thirsty or hungry, and they just walk in. So honey lager, like they look for something familiar on the menu, and that phrase, honey lager, I know what those are. Give me that, and I'll figure out what this place is about. So we were trying to capture that kind of success again, and it's come pretty close. It's consistently a top 5 beer for us. This agave wheat is. So it's also another beer that we use Kolsch yeast in. And we really only brew one beer with Kolsch yeast, and I hate having to bring in a yeast strain to brew one beer. It's really hard to keep it alive, and it's expensive and all that. So we found another beer to use that yeast in. And the brewers have been crushing this. Like we normally hit pale ales and pilsners hard when we get off from our brew day, and then now this one is right up there in the mix too.
Oh, right on, really. That's great.
What is this beer?
I like that.
Agave wheat.
Agave wheat, man.
Yeah, we
That's
do a lot of
delicious.
crazy beer names and weird beer names and stupid puns and stuff, but sometimes you just gotta name it what it is.
Just say what it is. That's good, man.
We did this show.
Part of my fun with naming the
Creativity.
high
What?
alcohol
No, it's
beers is
just
to
plain
name
and
them something hard for drunk people to order. Like we've got a braggot coming out that's like 10% honey beer. It's called Transatlantic Albatross, just because I want to hear drunk people try to order that.
I need a drunk fish.
That's close enough.
Is an albatross a fish? It is a fish.
It's bird.
Bird. Damn. See, you said
That's how drunk they
you
are.
made me look dumb. See, there, you
No.
started it.
It's a small fish.
They eat fish. They're fueled by fish.
I had no idea what it was to begin with. So when you went fish, now I realize your joke. Sorry. Now
Yeah, it's a big old marine bird that can actually fly across the Atlantic and the Pacific even.
the entire one
Yeah.
trip.
Without even taking a break.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
See, this guy
They're
drinks
rad.
that much beer and he reads that much cool shit.
That's
Knowledge.
Gotta do something during the mash.
He kills it.
He's an avid drunk reader. I love it.
You're probably the smartest son of a bitch I met in a couple weeks. It's gonna be awesome.
I'll tell my mom you said that.
I can't do Black Panther because that would be copyright infringement. So
Oh shoot.
I'd be Dark Brown Panther, maybe. I don't know.
You start the song off with
We're working. Wakanda forever.
Black Tiger. Black Rhino. No, look at that.
Totally caramel.
Black Tar Heroin. What are we doing? Black Hawk down. What are we doing? It's sidetrack here.
I'm racking my brain.
I got to hang out
Fair
with.
enough.
Oh, I got
Dave
the answer. It's my dad.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Specifically, the first time I brought my girlfriend, now wife, home, and my dad gave her a tour of his home brewery like 3 times because he was so out of it. And the next morning, over coffee and breakfast, he's like, "Do you want to go see the brewery?"
She's like, at this point, I can show you the brewery, man.
She's like, "Yeah, Dan,
damn.
maybe I do."
That is fucking awesome. We are going to score the beer that Drew brought.
I got you.
We're going to score the
Thanks,
agave
sir.
wheat. So let's score
I'm
the
gonna
beer.
try. My bladder's
Every
pretty
empty
full
glass
already, but
is a point. So
All
guys,
right.
thank y'all all for coming to the Chug. We
Hey,
sure
man.
appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for the
Hey,
Hey, everybody watching this, y'all be sure and subscribe, ring the bell, give us a comment. We want to talk to y'all and check out Downlo on June 30th if you're in Dallas. Come out to Braindead and Deep Home.
Braindead.
Let's chug. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
There we go.
3, 4.
I'll give up.
All right, man.
4.5. That was a good effort. That was good.
That's good.
Man, thanks, guys. That was a good time. Corey, appreciate it. Drew.